Welcome back, guys. As soon as I came to know about this update, I just couldn't stop myself from creating a video on it. So without taking much of your time, let's quickly discuss about the new mandate letter that was issued yesterday by the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, addressing each minister, specifically the newly appointed Immigration Minister Sean Fraser and his associate departments, on what measures they will need to take and work on for future implementation of the new immigration rules that were outlined by the Prime Minister in this letter. The new policies outlined in the letter are deemed important because they not only impact the federal immigration policies, but also the policies at the smaller scales, including the provincial ones, which is why we can definitely say that these new policies that we will shortly discuss will play a very important role in managing the country's immigration system. So let's get started. So first, Prime Minister started their letter by thanking Minister Fraser for agreeing to serve Canadians as a Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, later addressing the ongoing issues prevailing in the country due to the pandemic and how all Canadians have come together as one. He also thanked all the Canadians on how they came up with bold and concrete ways to further strengthen the economy and future of this country. After that, talking about the increasing climate concerns all over the world, especially in Canada, Mr. Trudeau addresses the new Immigration Minister to come up with ways to reduce emissions, create clean jobs, and address the climate-related challenges that we are already facing. After that, talking about the current social and economic affairs, Mr. PM also stated that the media platform, that is the journalist and the whole journalism, is the only source Canadians can rely on for an accurate and timely presentation of news. So he urged Mr. Fraser to maintain a professional and respectful relationship with the journalists to ensure that Canadians are well informed and have the information they need to keep themselves and their families safe. And then came the most important part, where Mr. Trudeau talked about his expectations for each member of the ministry and asked Mr. Fraser to prioritize the ongoing work to strengthen Canada's immigration and refugee system, including bringing in more newcomers to all regions of Canada who will support Canada's economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, that's right. Apart from fighting the pandemic, their other main focus relies on strengthening the economy by continuing to bring in more newcomers to all the regions of Canada than before. And to fulfill these objectives, Mr. Trudeau lays down the following commitments to be fulfilled by the Immigration Minister of Canada. The first one, reducing application processing times. That's right, we have been waiting to hear that. A lot of applications, especially the spousal and family reunification applications, have been waiting to finalize for a very long time. Most of them especially from the beginning of the pandemic. Therefore, the Immigration Minister has been asked to reduce time being currently taken to process such applications and also to address the delays that have been impacted by COVID-19. Second, creating more pathways to permanent residency. This objective has been laid out especially keeping the international students and temporary foreign workers in mind. The government has expressed their concern for the international students and temporary workers from foreign countries and would like to expand pathways for their permanent residency in Canada through the system of express entry, for which we will have later updates from the Immigration Minister on how and when. This, I can say surely, is a very good news. Third, new measures for family reunification. Mr. Trudeau would like the government to enhance family reunification program by introducing electronic applications and implementing a program to issue temporary resident status to spouses and children abroad while they wait for the processing of their permanent residency application. Now, this is another very great news for all my viewers, especially the ones who have been waiting to reunite with their spouses living abroad under spousal sponsorship and currently facing rejections even after applying for visitor visas. Hang on tight, guys. You should be hearing something good very soon. Fourth, waiving Canadian citizenship application fees. This update is for all the permanent residents wishing to apply for Canadian citizenship in the near future and have fulfilled the requirements needed to obtain it. Currently, the given cost of applying for citizenship is $600 to $700, more or less, but since the Liberals were already thinking about bringing this measure once they were re-elected, looks like they stood by their promise. Now it's all about a matter of time on when this new policy will be implemented. Fifth, establishing a trusted employer stream. Another great news for the temporary foreign workers. Under this objective, the Immigration Minister is being asked to work with the Employment Minister to establish a trusted employer system for Canadian companies hiring temporary foreign workers. In addition, he is being asked to improve the global talent system of the temporary foreign worker program by simplifying work permit renewals, upholding the 2-week processing standard, and establishing an employer hotline. What this means is that there will be even simplified ways to renew the work permit for the foreign workers. Secondly, the fastest processing time for work permits, which is 2 weeks, can only be availed by a certain people fulfilling specific requirements, but Mr. PM would like Mr. Fraser to keep maintaining this time frame and even reduce eligibility requirements, as well as establish an employer hotline for easy communication. Other than that, there were some other reforms as well that Trudeau asked Fraser to work on. For example, for undocumented workers who are contributing to the Canadian communities, they have been asked to build existing pilot programs to further explore ways of regularizing their status in Canada, and to work with Quebec to implement strategy to support Francophone immigration across the country, and to build economic mobility pathways pilot, as well as work with employers and communities across Canada to welcome 2,000 skilled refugees to fill labor shortages in high-demand sectors such as healthcare, and to create a new municipal nominee program to help promote a broader distribution of immigration across Canada, which has been kept on delay due to the pandemic, along with ensuring that the minister better supports small and medium-sized communities. And lastly, facilitate a safe passage and resettlement of vulnerable people and increase the number of refugee people to come to this country from 20,000 to at least 40,000. So hopefully there will be a major and a very good change in the immigration of Canada once these reforms introduced by Mr. Trudeau are properly implemented by Minister Fraser. We can just hope for the best till then. For more updates and to keep yourself updated with such information, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell, and please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm if you liked it so that it can reach even more viewers. And if you're someone interested in sponsoring your spouse for PR, you can check out my other videos as well that talks about all the ways and strategies you can use to maximize your results. Till next time, see you again on Canadian Desi.